Now to Court TV legal correspondent Matt Johnson, who is in Ohio with our debrief. Matt, good afternoon to you. First and foremost, tell us about today's testimony and if anything jumped out or stood out to you.
Well, I think today's testimony of the day was definitely, for our debrief, hearing from the defendant himself, Matheau, from when he reported his wife missing, Michael. During this, the jury so engaged, they have notebooks, they can ask questions. They didn't in this particular spot, but they were just watching him as he was glued to the monitor of himself from 2 years ago when he reported his wife missing. He got quite emotional at times today, and when this particular moment happened, he got upset, and we'll talk about it on the other end. Take a listen.
It's literally what you can. And it's just not right.
Where someone came and picked her up.
Someone came and picked her up and you think it would be on.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't know. I'm something running through my head right now.
Right.
Let me show you one thing.
Okay.
Because I'm crazy.
No, show me.
This thing here, I don't know. This thing here doesn't belong here.
You can see I'm seated right behind him, and during that part of the body cam video that was 2.5 hours long, we didn't see the full thing, but we saw most of it. So anyway, he's writing down what looks like a yellow note card. He gets very upset during this particular moment, slams it down on the defense table. His defense attorney, Alexia Pedero, she says, "We know," and then Diane Meneshi points to the screen that they're watching when we're watching this video, and she just points to it saying, "Just watch." She was going to do some follow-up questions, and she did, Michael. But I mean, this was a moment that I'm not sure that the jury noticed, but I definitely did, because he got upset.
You can bet the jury noticed. I mean, they noticed everything, especially interactions between the defendant and his attorneys. I bet you they did notice that. Now, Matt, I know the victim's sister actually testified today. What can you tell us about her time on the stand?
Right, you know, so we're in Ohio, and the witnesses here are given the option if they want to show their image on camera. So unfortunately, she said that she didn't want to be on camera. We have her audio, and we'll talk about it. But, you know, she walks into the courtroom, and again, on one side of the gallery is several friends and some family members of Emily, and they're there for support, and they gasp. I'm not sure if they've met this sister, Amy, before, but they start whispering to each other and they say, "Wow, she really looks like her." And some people are saying, "Wow, I feel like I'm seeing her in front of me." They got very emotional, and this was some of the sister's testimony. Take a listen.
Did you talk to her about any thoughts she might be having about harming herself?
I did. I remember before leaving, telling her goodbye and just asking her, you know, should I check in on you? How are you doing? She said, "I'm doing okay." I said, "Do you have any thoughts of harming yourself or others?" And she said, "No."
Sister did stay in court for the rest of the day as other witnesses were called. You could tell that they had a very special connection, and the jury really leaned in when she was talking about their relationship. They were only 1 year and 1 day apart. This was the older sister that was testifying today. And it kind of began the theme, Michael, that we're hearing time and time again from prosecutors that, remember, Emily died or went missing after celebrating her birthday. And from this witness, her sister, and from others that have taken a stand, they keep on talking about how she loved this time of year each and every year, no matter what was going on in her life. She really enjoyed her birthday, and she wouldn't have been suicidal, they say, at this time of year, no matter what was going on.
All right. Now, Matt, what did you observe this morning during opening statements? We had opening statements first thing today. And, of course, our cameras can see a lot of things, but they can't see everything. Anything that you saw that we might not have been able to see?
There was a lot of people with their arms crossed, you know, and a lot of people just looking down when the defense was up there, but pretty dynamic opening statements on both parts. The jury definitely not taking notes. They were leaning in, they were listening to both of these attorneys as they were giving their point of view, and they were referencing quite a bit that jury view that we got yesterday. Let's talk about more reaction on the other side.
September 16th, 2020 is when you'll find out that the remains of Emily Noble were first located. What you'll hear is that 3 ladies, one of which knew Emily, one was the sister of that individual, and then a third person that had never met Emily in her life, were searching a wooded area that was nearby the condo. That after searches that had occurred for the better part of 3, almost 4 months at that time, resulted in not finding Miss Noble. That searches more close by started to occur again, places that were thought to have been previously searched. You'll hear testimony from the 3 individuals that found Emily that they were walking down the bike path, walking in a westward direction. The woods became crowded. As you all witnessed firsthand yesterday, there's shrubs and trees and things all over the place, and it's not readily apparent how to even get through the wooded area. But we expect to hear testimony from the 3 individuals that as they were walking in a westward direction, eventually they found the remains.
And this is why, as you listen to this evidence, I ask you members of the jury to really use your common sense. Because the evidence will show that Emily is found in the position where you stood yesterday, under that branch. She's found with her water bottle next to her. Her hair is down. We know that because the way her hair is matted when she's found. Her hair is down. Hair tie around her wrist. She's in her walking clothes. And hair tie around her wrist, I just say, is because we know that the last person that saw her leaving for a walk. She's in clothing that, as you look closely, right, is clothing that you would wear when you're walking. And you don't even need to look closely because the evidence will show she has her tennis shoes on. Not the shoes or the clothing that she's seen in the night before. And the evidence will show there is no question as to what Matt and Emily were wearing on the night of the 24th, on her birthday, because we have pictures, selfies, that they took of themselves at the bar as they're celebrating her birthday.
So these attorneys really engaging in their opening statements with the jury, walking to the jury box, not staying behind that podium too much. You saw part of the gallery right there. That was journalists from around the country that are there. No supporters of Matheau Moore. As for Matheau, who is in police custody, he is being held on $2.5 million bond. He was unengaged during opening statements, kind of looking at the wall, looking at the judge, looking down, writing notes. That's how opening statements went for him.
Yeah, you know, he's been up and down during this first day of this trial. Interesting. We'll have to talk a little bit more about that. But Matheau Johnson, thank you so much for that report. Truly appreciate that very much. I'll let you go.